Hello and welcome to our program Where God Weeps, a program where we speak about the situation of the suffering church around the world. Today we're going to be speaking about the country of Pakistan. With more than 200 million inhabitants, Pakistan is sixth on the list of the most populous countries in the world. The overwhelming majority of the population, about 95%, is Muslim, belonging either to the majority Sunni or minority Shia branches of Islam. Christians represent only 2%, though this still amounts to at least 3 million people in the country. Sadly, Pakistan is a country in which the minority communities, in particular the Christians, have often suffered great hardship. To tell us more about the issues of concern for Catholics in Pakistan today, it is my great pleasure to welcome Archbishop Sebastian Shaw of the capital city of Lahore in Pakistan. Welcome, Your Excellency, and thank you for being with us today in our program.
Thank you, Mark, for inviting me to the Office of the Aid to the Church in Need and giving me a chance to share our experiences.
Your Excellency, Christians have sadly and regrettably suffered discrimination and persecution throughout its history of Pakistan, but this has not always been so, and you yourself are a living witness of this, that your childhood, you experienced a different living together in Pakistan. Can you tell us a little bit about your growing up in Pakistan?
Actually, in Pakistan before 80s, Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Sikh, they were living together as brothers and sisters without any discrimination. I remember when I was in high school, primary school, even college in Sindh side. So we never heard anything about people indicating he's a Christian or he's a Muslim or he's a Hindu. We never heard. And I also had many friends, class fellows.
A lot of your playmates would have been Muslims or Hindus or other denominations without any challenges.
Without any. We have been also going to their houses. They have been coming to our houses, and we ate together. There was no problem. So only after 80s, when many laws were introduced by Ziaul Haq.
Can you tell us just who was Ziaul Haq?
He was actually army chief, then he became president of Pakistan. So with him, then many people were put in different, compartments.
So then the distinction between the groups was stronger.
Very, very strong, very indicated, and people knew that okay, he's a Hindu, he's a Christian. And I remember then Islamic laws were introduced about witness law, and in that law also the identity of a Christian man became half. Like if somebody is robbing bank, and if I as a Christian see him robbing, so my identity
my
testimony or witnessing in the law of court was half.
Half of that of a Muslim man.
Half of that of the Muslim man. It means we need two Christian equal to one Muslim. And because in the court of law you need two witnesses, it means 4 Christian were needed, or minority people are needed.
And for women?
Women could be then 8. No?
Because the value of a woman's testimony was half again of that of a man.
Yeah, 1/4 of the Muslim. So in this way there were a lot of confusion, difficulties. I remember we were students that time, seminarians, so there was many protests and rallies also. And then civil society and human rights activists, they also came forward and they said we are all Pakistani, we are all equal in the law and in the constitution, so we don't need them, like that. So in this way there were a lot of confusion, discrimination also.
Exactly, and because we've talked about, we're mentioning, speaking about discrimination, but the persecution, if I understand correctly, really happened after two significant events in the history of Pakistan. And could you identify what were those two events in history that really marked a watershed moment for the situation of Christians in Pakistan?
Actually, then in that regime, there were many, like, Taliban, Al-Qaeda, these people, and afterward 9/11, after 9/11.
So 9/11 would have been one of the most important.
One of the most important, like a milestone, where we as a Christian suffered a lot, because I think many people misunderstood us as a Christian in Pakistan and Pakistani Christian. Because we are Christian, we were considered or blamed of allies to Europe or to America. So the churches were attacked. I mean, we are Pakistani, we are born in Pakistan. We are working for the progress of Pakistan, for fortification of Pakistan. But unfortunately, some people interpreted us in this way, our presence, our being Pakistani. So I think some ignorant people, they were maybe charged and given this task. So like many churches were attacked, schools were attacked, even some hospitals were also attacked. So in this way. But at the end, I think they also attacked some mystics shrine also, Muslim mystics.
Of the
Sufis. Because the whole idea was, first confusion was where Christian belonged to. Then I think some idea came up that that who is true Islam or not, like that. There was some confusion. But anyhow, I'm just coming talk back on the Christian. Then I think in 2009-10, we realized that we have to make ourselves known to other people, that who we are. So our interreligious dialogue were and is the instrument to bring people together on one table and help them understand, many Muslim imams and scholars, what Christianity is, and also what we are, who we are. This platform gave us also the chance to understand what Islam is, and the concept of peace in Islam, at the same time concept of peace in Sikh and Hindus. So with that, like 8-9 years of struggle, situation is bit better.
And in fact, the founder saw a very open view, had a very open view towards religious tolerance.
Yeah. And that is why the founder of Pakistan, observing and also experiencing the faithfulness of Christians for the new country, where the hope was that time also that because all people, Muslim, Christian, many people suffered in India because of the caste system. But here there will be a new country where all people will live together. Muslims were also minority in India. We were also minority, all major. So Pakistan is like a country, though it's also called Islamic country. But one thing is a country where all minority people came together and worked. That is why the founder of Pakistan, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, 3 days before the real creation of Pakistan, 3 days before, on 11th August 1947, he gave a speech to the Constituent Assembly that in new country Pakistan, all people will be free. Word free is also mentioned, free. Hindu will be free to go to their temple, Muslim to their mosque, and people of other religion also go to their own places of worship. So the state, new state Pakistan, will have no concern with the faith of any person else. But all people will work for the progress and fortification of country.
And this is if I understand correctly, the foundation upon which the Christians within Pakistan would like to be perceived and like to be received by brothers, sisters, citizens within Pakistan.
And also that is why I said till 70 there was no problem, 70 or 80. So people were living together, even the books were nearly the same books. History was not twisted to one side. So people live together.
How would you characterize the situation today? Now we've recapped a little bit. We've seen there was a time of, the foundation was one of tolerance. There was a time of tolerance living together. Then there was the change of the laws, which brought confusion. Then there was Afghanistan, which I think was also an issue, and with the Taliban, and then 9/11. How do we look at the situation today of the minorities and particularly the Christians in Pakistan?
Now Christians in Pakistan, we are living like equally with the freedom. We go to our churches. Government gave security, though the security is still big issue to Christians and also other people also. So every Sunday when we have Sunday Mass or on big occasions like Christmas or Easter, government provide a security. So in this way there is close collaboration with the government, and government, military and judiciary, they are all trying to protect minorities so that minority may feel faithful
and secure,
and continue working for the progress of Pakistan and for the peace of Pakistan.
Can you tell us a little bit about the faith, the life of Christians? For example, how would you describe the economic situation of Christians today in Pakistan?
Christians in Pakistan, majority lived in villages. Now many people, because of the jobs, they migrated to big cities. And one thing is being a Christian, the other thing is being a skillful person. And there are 2-3 issues, social issues they affect. So majority Christians are poor. They live in slum areas.
They would be laborers.
There are many unemployed people also. But at the same time they are struggling to have a better life. But it's a big struggle, it will continue. Government announced maybe 10 years ago that there will be 5% quota in all government employments.
For Christians or for minorities?
For all minority, Christians together, all minorities. Government is giving that. There was also time, it was when like all blue collar job like cleaning, sweeping and all these things.
But the level of education of Christians is slowly coming up.
It is coming up. It's coming up. Yeah, it's coming up.
How is it? I have read, and I want you to let me know if this is true or not, but I have read that within the school system curricula, within the textbooks, there are still some challenges with regards to the relationship, again, the question of living together, and that some of the texts within the books themselves are still pejorative against Christians and other minorities. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
We brought this point many times to the secretaries of education, to government. Even previous chief minister also was informed direct with that type of meeting, that there are some hate material
in the school books.
In the school books. For example, word infidels. Infidels, no?
You're known as infidels in the books.
Yeah, sometimes it's in some books it's written that infidels, for example. So actually, I understand that when I was a schoolboy, my time, there were no word like this. So we were all equal. So now, for example, if there are 30 students studying in one class, and if the word infidel is used, then some maybe Muslim majority people, boys, they will say that okay, he or she is infidel. So it means school, the purpose of school is to bring more uniformity. Harmony, uniformity. Plus school is the place where students come from every corner and from any economic class also. So school is the place where students learn to compete one another and to live one another and to appreciate the talents of one another, so that they are the future of the nation. But if they are divided on the basis of religion, then there cannot be visualized harmony. No. So here I always will say that school, if religion is not used, then students will not be compartmentized based on religion. So all will work together, they will use the talents, and talents will also not be based on the religion. For example, if person is very good in mathematics and he wants to become pilot or engineer, so whether he is a Christian or Muslim or Hindu or Sikh, whoever, so we need mathematicians. So this is the thing the school has to bring people.
That's the value of the school education.
Yeah.
This is an institutional question, and one I think where you particularly have been working together with the government and other representatives to try and address this and bring this on the table. There are, however, let's say non-institutional, non-state actors problems where Christians are being attacked and persecuted, and in this case I want to speak about kidnapping and forced conversion, particularly of young girls. This is sadly an issue which is in the media, and I've read about this question, and I bring it to you now. What is the issue of kidnapping and forced conversion, and where's it coming from? So perhaps first of all, what is the problem itself?
You are right, and you have read it on social media very correctly. For last year, last 2-3 years, we are suffering with this problem. Hindu girls, but also many Hindu girls were kidnapped, especially in Sindh side, south side of Pakistan, and forced, kidnapped, raped and forced to become Muslim. Now it is happening in Punjab side also, where I come from.
For Christians and Hindus?
It's Christian, in this side is more Christian, and sadly to say, many girls are minor, like 14 years, 13 years, 15 years old girl, and that is very sad. Just I don't understand why, for example, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, Imran Khan, also condemned it. Yeah, he said it is not Islam. So I think there are now voices, they recognize the human dignity of a person, and especially the ladies. You just imagine if the girl goes from home to school with a uniform and she does not come back. No.
For the parents it must be
it is like
terrible.
Terrible. No? It's difficult to it's a big trauma for the girl and for the parents. Then she is kidnapped, she is raped, then forced to marry and become Muslim.
I want to take just a quick step back. Is there a particular group that is behind this, or are these fundamentalists or radicals? Who are these people that are undertaking, and what would be their intent to kidnap a Christian girl and marry? And what would be the purpose?
It is difficult to pinpoint, no, difficult who are behind. Maybe government agencies, maybe they know who are behind, no, but I don't know. But these things are happening. Yeah. But there were 1 or 2 places, as you said, that you had read, even you asked me before also, read in social media, that there were 1 or 2 places, even in interior, Sindh side, especially where the girls, kidnapped girls, were brought to that maybe mosque or some place where they were they were given to embrace Islam. So I think the present government is also in search of that all people, and why these things happen in certain places, and why kidnappers go only to that place. No?
Has the church been in a position to offer shelter and protection and care to some of these young victims?
Actually, these young victims, they do not come to any place because for example, sometime the girl is also forced to write letter to her parents that don't follow me. So then there is no way back.
A letter of rejection, of refusal to the parents, saying, now I decide to become Muslim and follow my husband.
Yes. So that is another thing. So sometimes there is no way back. No.
It must be very painful for you also as a Christian leader.
Yeah, it is.
Your Excellency, where do you see your priorities for Pakistan today? We've talked about education, we've talked about the social concerns, the young people. Where do you see yourself and the Bishops' Conference laying priorities for the future development of the Catholic Church in Pakistan?
First of all, we are putting a lot of emphasis on education. And our education is for all. It is not only like for Christian or Catholics. Like if you come to Lahore or Karachi or anywhere, in all our schools, 80 or more than 80% students are Muslim. And I always tell, our school, though we call it maybe St. Anthony School or St. Patrick's School or Jesus and Mary Convent School, but our school are social institute where, following the social teaching of the Church, Vatican, we visualize this, that our schools are social institute to help people become better human being, and it is for all. Also make people help respect other person who is equal to him or her, and also give environment for each individual to grow as a human being, to use his or her talents for future harmonized society and work together for the betterment of this planet.
Yes.
So this is what we are always doing.
This is the big picture. Your Excellency, how can we help?
Yeah.
We've talked a lot of broad range of topics from sociological, political, economic. How can we, as Christians who are part of the body of Christ with you, how can we help?
Yeah. So first of all, I am very thankful to many donors who help always Pakistan and other churches also in the world, whether it is Pakistan or it's India or Africa or wherever, especially to the aid to the church in need. It is a very big organization and support many people in their pastoral need. You know, sometime I feel, and I expressed also somewhere, somebody asked me about some projects that Bishop, okay, you can write us project. When I was talking to them, to that particular group, then they said, Bishop, we don't support pastoral projects. So I said, I am Bishop, my need is pastoral. I am not I have not to make bridges or roads, no. So if you do not help us, or the laws are made in this way, then you are also being controlled, and also you are just giving us okay, so everything is okay. So I feel the big need is everywhere is pastoral need. For example, even in Pakistan, we need to maybe either build the church or repair the church, or when we are going to have, or we are having many vocations now. Like in Lahore minor seminary, we have only minor seminary, we have 32 students. The same with the religious also, like diocesan vocation for diocese and vocation for religious. No, like
it's a great joy.
It's a great joy, and the number is growing. So when the number is growing, it means the pastoral need. We have to make some more seminaries, maybe churches, or repair of churches or convents. So this is a big need, and aid to the church is helping. Missio is helping. There are some other also helping all the time, and I think beside that, we also especially aid to the church always help for the printing of
religious literature.
Religious literature, like we have last 10 years, we prepared the syllabus for religious education, syllabus from class 1 to 10. We are now in Pakistan. I am chairman for National Catechism, and we have translated our creed, little catechism we call it. It is in Urdu, so it will also help many people to understand the creed
and to become more rooted in their faith.
More rooted, because it is in our own language. So people who are not even high school pass, they can also read and understand.
Your Excellency, thank you so much for having been with us today in our program.
Thank you very much also, Mark. And once again, I am very thankful to aid to the church in need. From here, this Kuningstein, the main international center, and all the ACN offices all over the world. I am very thankful to all of you.
Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Thank you so much. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for having been with us today on our program, Where God Weeps. And if you'd like to know more about the work of His Excellency Archbishop Sebastian Shaw in Pakistan, perhaps how you might be able to help through your prayers or action, I would encourage you to look at the contact information at the end of this program, and we look forward to seeing you next week. Take care.